Hey guys, it's Darcel with Nature's Love. I wanted to make another video, another follow-up video about menstrual cups. I did a video a while back about the DIVA cup and how I used it and how it was going for me, but I never really got a chance to do a follow-up video. So this will be a video explaining more what a menstrual cup is, how to use them, why I think it's a good idea to use them, and I'm going to compare the DIVA cup with another menstrual cup that I tried myself. So here we go. So a menstrual cup, what is it? A menstrual cup is basically, I'm just gonna hold one up for you. This is a menstrual cup. It's a little medical grade silicone cup that actually collects your menstrual blood during your menstrual cycle. A lot of you guys are like, why in the hell would I use one of these? Well, this is actually a safer, more environmental friendly, better for your body way to collect menstrual blood as an alternative to disposable pads, tampons, any of those things that you would use during your menstrual cycle that could, I'm not going to say could, that are loaded with all kind of chemicals, dyes that aren't really good for your body, period, let alone in that special area. So it's good. It's a good alternative if you want to stay away from those toxins. And those toxins have been connected to like cervical cancer and toxic shock syndrome and stuff like that. So this is a good alternative for those products. It is medical grade silicone, so they don't pose any harm to you. They are reusable. They last about a year. It's recommended that we change them a year. And how you use them are you insert them into your vagina, open part up, and it actually forms, there's little holes. You see if you can see the holes. There's little holes at the right below the rim of the menstrual cup, and it actually helps the cup form a vacuum with your vaginal wall. So when the blood comes down, it's collected into the cup and it doesn't drip out, just as long as it's positioned correctly. So there are different ways that you can insert it, and when you buy them, they come with little inserts that tell you, with little pictures that explain to you. One second, I can show you. Okay, so I went and got my LENA cup. I showed you what the package for the DIVA cup was in the last video. I don't have the box anymore, so I can't really show you, but this was the new one that I tried. It's called the LENA cup. It comes in a cute little box here. That was the purple one that I just showed you. It comes in two different sizes. There's LENA small, which only holds 25 milliliters, and a LENA large, and that's the one I have, that holds 30 milliliters. So this is a little box. It comes with a little carrying case, cute little carrying case that when you're not using, you can put your little LENA cup inside and keep it for storage. And like that, put it away when you're not using it. So it also comes with little instructions, like I was saying. LENA cup instructions. Basically, it goes in how to, or introducing the LENA cup and why it's good to use it. This particular cup goes through and explains how the LENA cup, or using menstrual cups period, help maintain a healthy pH balance in your vaginal area. so you can naturally stay moist and lubricated and maintain a comfortable period, basically. It also says that the LENA cup allows your natural fluids to retain their normal flow and only collects your blood without causing dryness or itchiness, what you can get a lot of times when you insert those synthetic tampons up in your vagina. It's inserted like a tampon, but it's flexible design, moves with you while offering complete protection and support and comfort. They're odor free. The silicone material is not absorbable, so it doesn't hold on to any material, so it causes it to be odor free, which is great. Let's see. It says that it's premium quality. You can stay active and comfortable when you're wearing them. They're good for you and the environment. It says that the LENA cup was developed to function precisely. The soft silicone and unique design offer a leak and sensation-free period. And I'll go into that and what I thought about that. It's FDA approved. And it just gives you a little diagram of the different parts of the LENA cup. So it talks about how you have the rim at the top, then you have the holes, they're called air holes, the cup body, then you have the gripping rings at the bottom to help you grip it when you're trying to position it or remove it. And it has the stem, which also has the little grips for you to remove it. Sometimes they do stain, and I can show you with my DIVA cup what that would look like. But yeah, so it comes with different instructions on how to use it. As you can see here, there are 3 different ways that you can fold the LENA cup. The first one, they call it the 7-fold. So basically what the makers of the menstrual cups have done, we'll give you 3 options on different ways to insert it, and then you can just pick the one that works best for you. So the first folding technique they call the 7-fold, and this one wasn't in the DIVA cup instructions. So the LENA cup does have an extra, it did come with an extra folding pattern, but I don't really like this fold anyway. But it's called the 7-fold. So when you fold it, it makes the little shape of a 7. I tried this one, didn't really like it. I found that it wasn't positioned right, and I'll explain that in a minute. But yeah, so they have the 7-fold, and then they have the punch down, which is just taking your index finger and then punching down and then folding it around. So you get what looks like that. Or you can just do the C-fold, which is just basically folding it in half and inserting it then. So when putting them in, excuse me, I burped a little bit, but when putting them in, you can either do it on the toilet, you can do it in the shower. I like the shower because I'm already in there cleaning and everything. So I get in the shower, and you can put it in while you're sitting in the toilet. I find that it's best, it is positioned for me best if I get in the shower and squat into a really, really low yogi squat. So that one is for me. There's different, what worked best for me. There's different positions. So you have the high position, which is higher up in your vaginal canal. And then you have the lower position that is lower, easier to grab. So you can pick which one works well for you. A lot of people find that the stem is a little long and they can feel it, especially if you wear it in the low position. I don't feel the stem because I use the high position, but a lot of people cut the stem off. You can cut the stem off in it and you can still remove it just as easy, is what I hear. So that's that. So I want to take this time to really talk about the different cups and also address some questions that my friends have had. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the bottom, and I'll do my best to answer those questions for you. But I want to make a point that when you decide that you want to try the LENA cup or any of the menstrual cups, the DIVA cup, there are a lot of different brands out there. The DIVA cup is the most accessible. You can find them in Walgreens, any of this, Walmart, Target, any of those stores that sell tampons. They are most likely gonna carry the DIVA cup. But it's best that you try the cup for yourself and find one that works well for you. And that's basically why I wanted to wait and do a video about DIVA cups after, or the menstrual cup. I post a video about them after I have already tried 2 of them. Okay. I love the menstrual cup. I'm getting to a point where I don't want to use any synthetic materials on my body anymore. So I think it's a great alternative. But it's not for everybody. And you're gonna, if you search menstrual cups online on YouTube, you'll see that everybody has their own preferences, their own ideas about it, their own likes, pros, cons. Just find something that works for you. So when you buy a DIVA cup, I recommend, and what I like to do just to make sure that they are clean before I use them, I rinse them off, and then I like to boil them every time before every use. I'll boil it for like 10 minutes. I don't think you have to boil it that long, but I do. Maybe 5 minutes would be all right, but you know, I like to do a little bit longer, and it hasn't really altered my cups in any way. They're still really good. So boil them, let it cool before you insert it. Make sure you wash your hands before and after you insert the cup. As a nurse, I got in the habit of washing my hands before I use the bathroom anyway, because when you're in the hospital, then you have to go to the bathroom. It's always like, okay, I'm gonna wash my hands, use the bathroom, then wash my hands again. So it's a good practice to have, just so you don't introduce any other bacterias to that area, as well as afterwards. You'll most likely, especially when you're getting used to using the menstrual cups, that you're gonna have a little bit of issues getting it in the right position, and you might get blood on your hands. So you want to wash it afterwards. So during the middle of my periods, you can wear them up to 12 hours. They don't ever last 12 hours for me, especially when I'm on my heavy days. I find that if it's not in the perfect position, it is going to leak. So I usually need some extra support, and I'll use a reusable cloth pad. So just for protection, a lot of people wear their Thinx underwear for that extra support. So during my period, I usually just take it out, empty the contents in the toilet, rinse it out with warm water, cold water, then warm water, then reinsert. I like to do it in the shower, just to empty it, take it out, rinse it off in the shower, put it back in. That's what I like to do. But when you're at work, when you're at the store, a lot of people, they're like, how do you change it if you're at the store or you're in somewhere, you know, you have to use a public facility. During my periods, you can either carry a little water bottle with you, because you know you're going to be out. Just get a water bottle, put it in your purse, put it in your diaper bag or whatever you have, and take it out when you're in the stall, rinse it out over the toilet, put it back in. Or if you're not scared or embarrassed about your period, you can always come out the stall, rinse it in the sink, and then go back in the stall and put it in. Or you can take toilet paper, empty it, wipe it off a little bit, put the toilet paper in the toilet, reinsert it. You want to try to, and of course you're washing your hands before you reinsert. You washing your hands, rinsing your hands off, or if you don't have it, sometimes you can't wash your hands in between, reinsert it. But best practices are wash your hands before you go in the bathroom. Take it out, rinse it off. If you can get to the bathroom, wash your hands again, or to the sink, wash your hands again, reinsert. Best practices. Decreases any kind of infection, bacteria transfer, anything like that. I just use water to rinse mine off in the middle and boil. I don't use any kind of soaps. They say you don't want to use any kind of oil-based soaps like castile soaps or anything that have like essential oils in it. Essential oils, especially because they will break down the silicone and it won't last as long. You don't want to use anything that has any chemicals, any fragrances, any alcohol, anything like that. So just really, really natural soaps if you wish to use soap, or water. I told you about the 4 holes. You can replace them every year or as needed. So if it gets ripped, if it gets disfigured, if there's a hole in it, you want to replace it because it's not going to work. One of my friends, she was like, so isn't that like unsanitary? You know, if you going up there, taking it out. And what I said to her, I was like, well, if you think that your body is unsanitary, then maybe it's not for you. If you are comfortable with your body and your fluids, it's not unsanitary at all. You just have to be, you can't think of yourself as unsanitary. You can't think of yourself as nasty, because it's what brings about life. It's so powerful. So just get comfortable with your menstrual blood. You're probably gonna get it on you. Look at it, inspect it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. So how it works with when you put it in, it automatically opens up inside your vaginal walls, makes that suction. So it's not like on your cervix, but it's just up against your vaginal wall. Like your cervix is way up here, the menstrual cup is right here, and it is making a suction vacuum with your vaginal wall, so nothing goes on the goes around it. So moving on to my comparison, those were the only little questions about sanitary and how you put it in, how you take it out. So the DIVA cup is the one that I used first. This is my DIVA cup. I'm on a white kind of wall, so you see what color it is. It was clear, so it does have some tinting after a couple of uses. This is normal. I That's just what it is. Tinting happens. This Diva cup only holds, and I have, okay, so this one comes in two models, Model 1 and Model 2. Model 1 is for anybody that is less than 30 and has not had kids. So anybody who is under 30 and has not had kids vaginally or cesarean, they would use a Model 1. A Model 2 is for anybody above 30 and anybody who's had kids. So if you are 20 but you've had kids vaginally or cesarean, they recommend that you get a Model 2. If you are 20 and you have not had kids, they recommend you get a Model 1. If you are 40 and you have not had kids, they recommend a Model 2. Okay, so I have a Model 2 because I am all of the above. I have had 2 kids, both cesarean and vaginal, and I'm above 30. So I have a Model 2, which is a little bit bigger. The Diva cup it was good. It in my opinion, it works well. It works well. There's a little 2 on the inside of the cup. You can't really see because it's clear, but you can kind of see right here. That is a number 2, so that is an indicator that you have model cup, Diva cup Model 2. This has measuring cup lines, so you can kind of gauge on how much you're bleeding. They have a line for 7.5, and the max for this cup is 15 milliliters. It's clear. It comes with a little cute little bag. I like this bag. For storage as well. You put it in the same way I was explaining with my LENA. Put it in the same way. You can use the same insertions the same way. It has a stem as well. It's not as long as the LENA stem, as you can see, but it's there. I haven't modified any of my cups. I haven't cut them or anything. So, and it does have the little ridges as well. So you can grab it when you're trying to position or put it in. So I've used the Diva cup probably about 3 or 4 consecutive months before I got a chance to get another type of menstrual cup. So it's been a while, but now I can compare and I can share it with you. So I'm gonna compare the two. The Diva cup versus the LENA cup. The LENA cup, I liked it. It came in a really nice, cute little container. It has a cute little bag. It is a pretty color. I was more excited when I got this cup just because of the way it looked. This one's a little bland, you know, it's plain. I mean, I was excited to get it, but once I saw this and I was like, ooh, a menstrual cup. So, compare and contrast. This one's prettier. This one is bigger in size. Put the two together. You can see how much bigger this one is. This is the LENA large. Even the LENA small is bigger than the Diva cup. Diva cup only holds 15 milliliters. The LENA small holds 25 milliliters. So that is a pro to this cup here, the LENA cup. I'm not gonna say the only, there's a couple of things that I like about the Diva cup over the LENA cup is the Diva cup is a little bit more, I'm not gonna, like stiffer. Like this one's really soft, and I noticed it as soon as I took it out. I was like, this is really soft compared to the LENA cup. And I was like, well, maybe that will be more more comfortable. And I will agree that this one feels better inside, but I think the drawback to it being softer is that it's harder to get it into a good position and stay there. The Diva cup, you can put it in. I had to get used to it as far as how to put it in, you know, and everything like that. But I found that this one leaked a lot on me, especially the first night, because I tried the different fold and basically it didn't hold anything. Everything just came out. It was horrible, but it was more comfortable when I did try it again and using my normal folds, put it in the way I did the Diva cup. It still leaked a little bit on me, and I think that's because it's so soft. It doesn't form as well as a vacuum with my vaginal wall, so it doesn't leak a little bit. It leaked a lot more than the Diva cup. This one has little, it has holes. They both have holes, but this one has a little rivet like next to the holes, like a little, you can see it's just not a normal hole. I can't really, let me see. I'm trying to get it to focus, but no, it's not gonna work like that. But you can see that it's not just a hole, but it has a little slit, and it makes it really easy to clean the holes out. Because sometimes you get material in the holes. The Diva cup, you have to like stretch the holes to get in there and clean it out. You don't have to really do that with the LENA cup, and I really enjoyed that. I like the fact that the LENA cup, the stem is longer and it's more flexible. It's easier to grab. That's if the stems don't bother you. The Diva cup has a stem. It's a little bit shorter, but it's hollow too. There's like a hole where it's hollow. There's space in there, and it's easier for material and blood and stuff to get up in there. And I don't really like trying to, like, I have to get some of my a little brush and clean that out and stuff, which didn't come with it. But you know, when you have kids that have sippy cups, you have those little extra small bottle cleaners that you don't ever use. So I was like, well, this will work perfectly for that. But a lot of people don't have that, and I thought that when the LENA cup had a solid stem and nothing can get up there, I noticed that. The LENA cup has ridges. Both of them have ridges, but the LENA cup, as you can see, the ridges on them are a little bit more defined. So it's easier to grab when you're repositioning and taking it out and reinserting it and stuff. But overall, as far as functionality, not leaking, the Diva cup, I think, worked better for me. It was a lot more expensive than the LENA cup. I think this one was only $24 and these are like $35. So it's like $11 more for the Diva cup. But like I said, it is more pliable. It doesn't leak as much as the LENA cup, but you can feel this one a little bit more than this one because this one's so soft. You can't really feel it. It took me a couple of times to not leak with this one. I think it had a lot to do with me not bleeding as much. So that's my comparison. I'm gonna make sure I went through everything. Let me know if you guys have any more questions about what a Diva cup is, how to use it, if I didn't address anything, if you have questions that you don't, you just want to know and you want answers. let me know. Oh, so in the instructions for the LENA cup, they actually gave you a little tip on how to prevent staining, and I'm going to try to do this with my DIVA cup to see if it actually works. But the DIVA cup or the LENA cup came with a little tip that you can get rid of stains by using peroxide, like half peroxide, half water. And then you can prevent stains by rinsing, like I said earlier, rinsing with cold water first and then cleaning it with warm water, and that pretty much tightens, I guess, tightens the whatever it's made out of, the silicone, so the stains don't get into it. That's my thinking. Like I said, it's bigger. It comes in large and small options, and you can really pick the size that fits well for you. It doesn't really try to categorize you into any kind of category like the DIVA cup does. It does say most people wear larges. I knew that I would need a large just because I know my body, but I think that's it. So that's my follow-up video about DIVA cups or menstrual cups. I'm gonna try some different ones and see how I like them, and I'll do videos about those as well. Like I said, if you have any questions regarding the DIVA cup, the LENA cup, or any menstrual cup in general, post below. Don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know if you have any more questions. Reach out. Facebook, Instagram. I'll put my links below. Thank you. Bye.